The courtroom was tense as Pam Bondi, the seasoned attorney and former Florida Attorney General, stood confidently before the bench. A skeptical judge, known for his sharp tongue and dismissive demeanor, made the mistake of underestimating her. What happened next left the entire courtroom stunned. The Courtroom Showdown. Pam Bondi had taken on high-profile cases before, but this was different. She was representing a client in a case that had gained national attention, with significant legal and political implications. As she began her arguments, the judge, an outspoken critic of Bondi's past legal and political stances, interrupted her with a condescending smirk. "Mrs. Bondi, I certainly hope you have something more substantial than political rhetoric to present today," he quipped, drawing chuckles from opposing counsel. Bondi, unfazed by the judge's sarcasm, simply smiled and continued. She laid out her case methodically, citing legal precedents with precision. Each point was backed by solid evidence, airtight logic, and an unwavering confidence that only comes from years of experience. Turning the tables. As Bondi proceeded, the judge's expression shifted from amusement to unease. He interrupted again, this time attempting to poke holes in her argument. "I fail to see how this precedent applies here, Mrs. Bondi," he said, raising an eyebrow. Without missing a beat, Bondi flipped to a marked page in her legal brief. "Your Honor, I anticipated that concern. If you refer to the ruling in Smith v. Johnson, page 14, subsection B-E, you'll see that the exact situation was considered, and the court ruled in favor of my position." The judge hesitated. He turned to his clerk, who quickly flipped through the case files. Moments later, the clerk nodded in confirmation. The courtroom fell silent. Bondi seized the moment. "Respectfully, Your Honor, legal brilliance isn't about rhetoric, it's about facts, and the facts are on my side." The unexpected applause. The judge, now visibly unsettled, shifted in his seat. He cleared his throat, trying to regain control of the moment. "Well, Mrs. Bondi, it appears you've done your homework," he muttered, finally acknowledging her expertise. Opposing counsel sat frozen, realizing their case was falling apart. A few murmurs rippled through the audience, and even some of the onlookers couldn't suppress a few impressed nods. By the time the ruling was delivered, it was clear Bondi had outmaneuvered her opponent, and the judge had no choice but to concede that she was right. Conclusion. Pam Bondi walked out of the courtroom with her head held high, having delivered a masterclass in legal strategy. The judge, who'd started the day mocking her, was left with no choice but to respect her brilliance. It was yet another example of why underestimating Pam Bondi is always a mistake.